fall love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges, and their lives are transformed.
Covenant House is changing the lives of young people in cities across America.
To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
Truth Nation. It's Tory Lowe. You know what it is, Truth Nation. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
The best way to start your day. Cutting through the noise and bringing you the real stories behind the headlines.
Talk to someone about how you feel. Do not internalize it. Do not consume it. You deserve to be heard.
It's time to wake up with Milwaukee's favorite morning show.
It's not just we canceled it, it's over, it's a done deal. Shouldn't be that way. That program still should proceed no matter how a few may go against it.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
Telly, where all the watch party? Where the brothers gonna be? I just want to see what she was gonna do.
This is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Here are your hosts, the effective communication coach Denise Thomas and two-time Emmy Award winner Tellin Hits.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday Eve, Friday Junior. Welcome to Truth Be Told with DT&Telly live from the American Family Insurance Studio inside the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. And we are always excited for you to join us. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, DT.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Benjamin.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, and it is amazing because, I don't know, DT, we talk a lot about it. Every day isn't the same. Every day is going to have its own challenges, and every night you're not going to get the same type of sleep, same type of, you want to keep the same routine. And this morning, I got up well before it was time for me to get up. And then the doggone birds are chirping. Can't even go back to sleep if I wanted to. You got right outside your window. And I'm like, it's bad enough. I'm up at 4:30, 4:45 in the morning. And now you got the birds chirping.
They were ready.
I'm like, I can't win. So I hope you had a better night, DT. Did you have a better night than that?
Yeah, I did. I got some rest. I usually try to get in the bed now around 9. So me and Ernie were in the bed by 9. Well, he was on the floor. I was in the bed. But I'm just not one of those people who sleep with their dogs. No offense to anyone who does. It's just not for me. Because Ernie be dropping them the weapons of mass destruction when he's asleep.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you told me about it. And you said that it has a very human-like smell to it, huh?
It is. Osama bin Laden ain't got nothing on Ernie. That's where the weapon of mass destruction is, okay? Now, I know Osama bin Laden been dead for a minute, but if y'all are still looking for the weapon of mass destruction,
we are.
I may need to turn Ernie in because he drops them. English Bulldogs are known for that, though. They're known for it.
Did you that's funny that you bring that up because did that seem like that just kind of it happened and then it went away really fast?
His fart?
No.
I was like, no, it lingers.
You say that lingers?
It lingers for about 2 days.
I ain't talking about
I was like, what? No, it's a 2-day.
You made me think about Osama bin Laden when they found him and when they found these castles full of gold and all of this money and the caves and the tunnels that he had. Do you think that's still in the evidence room?
You know what? That's a great question for President Barack Obama. I watched an interview where Piers Morgan was on The Breakfast Club. I can't recall the date of the interview, but based on the context, I'm going to say it was at least within the last year, because he was talking about how everybody is, not everybody, but there's a lot of people, especially CNN viewers, that are anti-President Trump. And he began to read like this laundry list of executive decisions that President Obama made in relation to attacks from our military on foreign soil. And he was like, how many people do you think? And again, I don't view Pierce Morgan as a credible journalist all the time, because he is very, very opinionated. He's very, very, very right wing. But he was like, and I mean, he's in the Breakfast Club studio, so he's talking to Black America. He was like, oh, y'all think Obama was innocent? Well, here, let me run down a list of all the countries and innocent children and women, and it just puts in perspective that being the president of the United States, especially when it comes to foreign relations, you gotta be an OG, you gotta be gangster, because there's gonna be some decisions that you have to make, and that's the thing. Whether you're right or left, it's so important from my standpoint that we elect a president who's not only fully acclimated with foreign policy, knows it, understands it, has relationships with, those people who are like, you know what, the U.S., y'all keep making us mad. We're out here building atomic bombs.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's very important that as we continue to maximize our vote, really focus on the local and state elections. And when it comes to how we use our vote for the POTUS, that to me, look, funding, grants, support, affordable housing, that's got to come from the state. But when it comes to waking up in the morning and seeing some big atomic bomb coming down and dropping in your front yard,
that's federal.
That's what we need to be talking about with these two candidates. Like,
yes.
How are you protecting? Because I'm telling you, it's like Prince, the song Sign of the Times. I don't like it when multiple countries are fighting at the same time and the U.S. is making decisions on who to support. That's a red flag.
Yeah. I
don't like it when you have reports of flying balloons from China. I don't like
multiple.
It when, multiple. I don't like it when you see countries literally waking up in the morning and saying, what are we going to do today? We're going to build a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Targeted for the United States. Like that. That's what we should be focused on.
Yes.
I may not have two cents to my name, but I'm breathing. At least I didn't blow up.
I so
Good
agree.
Morning. It's a great way to start the show off today.
But it is, and it's going to be a hot button topic and issue until November, until the general election, because when you think about what is going on, and every day it's an agenda that's being pushed, and like, for instance, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris was in Madison yesterday, and when asked about the Trump-Biden rematch, she said, we're going to win.
There you go.
And
there you
so
go.
I don't know if
she's going to have probably a cabinet position. Why would she? I mean, she might, let me take that back. She might have been saying we as the Republican Party. Maybe that's what she was saying.
I don't know, but I do. And this is something that we did talk about a little bit yesterday, and it wasn't the first time that we talked about it yesterday, but we have two candidates, and neither one of them are talking about the things that are going on overseas. They're not talking about things and one in particular is just trying to avoid trials and convictions. He's not even concerned about what is going on. And like you said, DT, it's never good when there are multiple wars going on at once. It's like any relationship in life. Both of y'all can't be mad. Somebody has to be the rational or quote unquote the bigger person. But if both of y'all are fighting and there's no end in sight, you keep hearing every now and again, oh, well, there's a ceasefire petition that's may go into effect on Friday or next week. Why do you got to wait until then?
It's exactly.
Why do you have to wait if you have a desire to end something that isn't benefiting either side? And it's like Ukraine and Russia. Every night you see on the news that Russia has launched another missile and Kyiv is destroyed and this I'm starting to wonder how much more land does Ukraine have that Russia can attack?
That's a great question. And here's the thing, because we are in the midst of celebrating women as part of Women's History Month, and tomorrow, March 8th, is officially International Women's Day. To all the Black girls that are listening, between the ages of, if you can hear my voice and you are on your way or getting ready for school, as you are listening to conversations that your parents or your loved ones that you live with, your guardians, have conversations about this upcoming presidential election, I want each of you to consider doing some research. So let's start with either Google or Wikipedia. Write down these two names. And coincidentally, they have the same last name. Number one, Susan Rice. She was the former United States ambassador to the United Nations. She was a member of the Democratic Party, and she was a major, major policy advisor, in particular foreign policy, under the Obama administration. And she also is very, very acclimated with the Domestic Policy Council.
Very thorough woman.
Very thorough. I want Black girls, look her up,
yes.
Susan Rice, and then I want you to look up. See, they don't talk about this in the schools. Then I want you to Google and research a woman by the name of Condoleezza Rice, who was a Republican from Birmingham, Alabama, who served under both Papa and Baby Bush administration, and she was Secretary of State. She served as the first African woman to also be, number one, National Security Advisor, and then Secretary of State, which is unheard of. Do you know how brilliant, Black girls, you have to be for this country to allow a Black woman to be both National Security Advisor and Secretary of State under a Republican administration?
Come on now.
I want you to Google and research those two women. And when you do, study their trajectory, their pathway, and study how much knowledge they had to have in order to help keep this country safe. See, they don't talk about stuff like that. They want to talk about, and no disrespect, but it wasn't just Michelle Obama, little Black girls who are listening, okay?
Wow.
It wasn't just Michelle Obama. We have some incredibly powerful Black women that have protected this country's freedom and security from foreign countries. Black women on both parties. See, I don't talk about that. See, every time y'all talk about politics, it's got to be a man talk about another man. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, as one of the few Black female hosts on this station, Black women, we are crushing it, and we have been crushing it. And we've been in roles that do not get a lot of notoriety and attention. But as it relates to this upcoming presidential election, little Black girl, hear my voice. You are on your way to be the next Condoleezza Rice or the next Susan Rice. Don't let Black men, all these other people that claim they celebrate women, but it's only the other women. Yeah, I'm on my soapbox today because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of working, whether it's Black or white, predominantly male environments, and you talk about celebrating women, but then we want to talk about the same women over and over again, or they have to be entertainers, or they have to be athletes. We have currently and will, and as long as my show is running, despite other shows, I'm going to make sure, little Black girl, that you know that you could be whatever you want to be, including executive decision makers that keep this country safe. I'm done.
You started with two very powerful black women. But
Powerful.
you are so right when it comes to this generation, and like you said, as great and brilliant of a woman Michelle Obama is, there are so many impactful, powerful black women that have been in major decision-making positions between Rosa Parks and Michelle Obama.
Because my thing is this. People are like, Michelle Obama should run for president. Based on what? She was the first and here, let me say this.
Yeah.
Prior to her being first lady, her resume is extensive. She was the administrator for a major Chicago hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She's went to Ivy League schools. But all I'm saying is we have got to be more intentional with making efforts to understand that what we learn about in predominantly white schools about our history, you got to go beyond that, man. And, I just was in the same room in London. Praise God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, with Susan Rice just this last October.
Oh, wow.
And because the links.
Did you get a picture?
They would not let. Actually, you know what? One of my girlfriends who's a lawyer, she idolizes Susan Rice. And I said, just pray on it. And if it's meant for you, God's going to make it happen. Because they were like, no pictures. Don't even ask. This was the Links Global Summit in London.
Wow.
And so I said, sis, I know what it's like when people tell you no, and you're like, no. This
this is my moment. I don't know when I'm going to get this again.
She got that picture. I'll pull it up. It's on her Instagram.
Nice. Truth Nation, we just getting started. Hit us up on the True Talk to text line 833-212-1017. You can always stream and watch us live on YouTube and X at 101.7 The Truth and 101.7thetruth.com. We got plenty of hot topics to get into, but it is Women's History Month, so all month long, please call in, text us, shout out your favorite or a woman that, and especially more specifically a black woman that has been impactful in your life. And like
shout out to all the
Denise
brothers
said,
who have been shouting out the black women.
Yes.
See, and we appreciate y'all.
Yes.
It can't just be women advocating for women.
Yeah.
It has to be men too.
Absolutely. And like Denise said, it doesn't have to be an entertainer, it doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be someone that that is, without this woman, you wouldn't be the person that you are. Again, hit us up 833-212-1017. We got that and more hot topics on the other side of the break. You're listening to Truth Be Told with DT&Telly.
It is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
Barbie doesn't have any genitals, and Ken has all the genitals. So, I don't know, man. Again, like I said, I really laughed hysterically watching this Barbie.
I just spit everywhere, Ben. Why would you say that? I was the teacher. You were the pupil. I had nothing to learn. I was there to give knowledge.
Listen to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks, weekdays from noon to 1 on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Behind every minority and woman-owned business is a dream. Sometimes growing that dream takes extra funding. The Associated Bank Community Uplift Loan is here to turn your business dreams into reality. Apply online and get up to $50,000 in as little as one business day. With competitive rates and more accessible credit score requirements, we're making it easier than ever to fuel your company's growth. Let us uplift your business with the support it deserves. Visit associatedbank.com/uplift to learn more. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I am Detective Tiffany, and I am more than an officer. I come from a family of those who have served our country, and I continue that family tradition when I joined the Air Force Reserve. During my time there, I was encouraged to apply as a police officer, something I had never thought about doing before, but decided to give it a chance. The chance I turned into a fulfilling career in law enforcement. I am more than an officer, and you can be too. Come join the Milwaukee Police Department by applying. Go online and search Milwaukee Police Department careers.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around. And I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanted to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT&Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Thanks for joining us. If you're just joining us again, it is Women's History Month. We are encouraging Truth Nation to hit us up, and you all have been doing it so far, 7 days into this month, but we want you to continue that energy this entire month. Shout out to the women that have had impacts in your lives, and just celebrate them. Just celebrate them. There is a lot to celebrate when you look at the history and the past and the roles that women, specifically black women, have had throughout history. And we were just talking during the break, and DT brought up a great point that when the administration included Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, and underneath the Baby Bush administration and Dick Cheney, that was pretty much the dream team, because it wasn't a dictatorship, and Bush knew that he was not the smartest person in the room, and he relied on Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice tremendously to make decisions. And that's when they even DT, I'm so glad your history is you can recall things like it happened yesterday, but that was the reason why Colin Powell and Baby Bush kind of got into it, because Colin Powell was trying to tell him there were no mass weapons of destruction, but Bush, I think Bush was in a situation where he had to do something, and he felt like I may not be able to get the people that are responsible for 9/11, but let me try to get somebody, because that's like if someone comes in and they're from California and they do something, but then it's like, okay, y'all did that, so we're going to bomb the people in Utah. And it's like, wait a minute. We know it came from California. Why are we messing with Utah?
Colin Powell went to his grave. That man went to his grave saying that he never, ever, ever approved, agreed with the whole. Now, what's interesting with the whole weapons of mass destruction, what's interesting is that Baby Bush, President Baby Bush,
yeah,
and Condoleezza Rice were extremely close, to the point where there were rumors that they were having an extramarital affair. They were extremely close. She was one of, if not his most trusted advisor. Matter of fact, everybody else is like Condoleezza. He's like, Condi. Hey, Condi. Everybody's like, what?
Now this is all starting to make sense, because you see how close he is to Michelle Obama. Baby Bush got a thing for black women.
Oh shoot, there's a lot of white men that love black women. They won't say it out loud.
But they ain't gonna display it publicly the way that Bush has.
Well, okay, so it was funny. Who was that? I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and She was like, I thought that the Bushes were racist, and I thought the Bushes didn't like black people, but man, George Bush, baby Bush, he be all up in Michelle's face. And I'm like,
any chance he gets.
Here's the thing with based on my experience with certain white people. Like, I don't like black people in general, or black people may make me nervous or uncomfortable, but there's always the good ones that I'll fool with. Because I told you on that flight where I was sitting next to this white guy and I was just joking. I said, hey, I got to use the restroom. If Denzel calls, can you pick up the phone for me? And he was like, ha, 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 yeah, he's one of the good ones. Wow, I'm right here. I'm literally right here in front of you. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this just happened 6 months ago.
I think that's a moment where you look at it and say, did I mishear him?
Yeah, see, racism, it can be direct, as we all know based on experience as black people. It could be subtle, but the impact, regardless of what direction it comes in, it is always like, are you kidding? Like, wow, that really hurt, or that really humiliated me. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of white people. Let me say it differently. There are white people who have had very little interaction with black people, don't really know a lot about black culture, have no intentions of caring about it. But if that black person is one of those black people that make them feel comfortable and safe, and they are of high caliber,
they go hard.
So because Bush is chummy with Barack Obama and his family, they're elite, of course.
The Bushes aren't going to be hanging with the Hugheses or
Barbara Bush,
the Thomases on a regular basis.
The Barbara Bush, during Hurricane Katrina, she let you know exactly how she felt. She said, well, they were underprivileged anyway. This is a come up for them.
Right. Wow.
So yeah, you have a number, and I mean, I know our valued white listeners are probably like, "Ooh, is that me?" Probably, if you think it is.
Usually, if it affects you in a certain way, there's some truth behind it.
You know, like if you and here's the thing, I get at a certain point in your life, regardless of race, you are the company that you keep. But if you're saying things like, you know, I marched with Dr. King. Dr. King, they were elite. Go look at some of them Google images of him and Coretta Scott King just on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't go to Six Flags. I'll put it like that. They didn't go to Six Flags, okay?
No.
They were at the Four Seasons in the 60s.
Yes.
Period.
Martha's Vineyard.
Man.
Yes. Those type of elite places.
Really quick, so let me just finish my thought with the reason why I'm saying that. Do not feel that because, you know, you're being accepted or, it's because I'm human. Sometimes it's like, as long as you keep wearing your hair that way and talking the way you talk and dressing the way that you dress and making sure that I feel safe and comfortable, I'll be your friend.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is.
You ain't never seen George Bush hang around no other black folks aside from Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice. And again, I'm not saying that he doesn't because I'm not privy to his network. But all I'm saying is that there are a lot of black people that think, oh, man, white people love me.
Yeah.
No, white people feel safe around you.
Right.
You're one of the good ones.
And the last time I checked, George, is it H or W? I think it's George W.
HW and Walker Bush.
We'll just keep his
Herbert
baby
Walker,
Bush.
Yeah, Herbert Walker and then Walker Bush,
Yeah.
I believe.
And so he's chilling in your neck of the woods. Last time I checked, DT.
In Dallas?
Yes, that's where he lives, and that's where he chills out, and he'll go to a Texas Ranger game every now and again, or he may go.
He used to co-own it.
Yeah, sure did. And then Ross Perot ended up getting it, but that's a whole...
They got a whole George Bush Presidential Center organization, which actually employs a number of black people in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Again, I'm not...
Where is it? Is it
it's in,
like downtown? I'm sorry, I know Dallas, but like, is it...
it's not too far from where I live, University Park, SMU area.
Okay.
Because I pass by frequently.
Nice.
Yeah, the Bushes are big in Texas.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they
Both
are.
Houston and Dallas.
Got highways, got airports, got libraries, everything. So Truth Nation, continue to hit us up and chime in. 833-212-1017. Again, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and Twitter at 101.7 The Truth and 101.7thetruth.com. We're going to get into some more topics, including Donald Trump challenges Joe Biden to debate after Nikki Haley drops out of presidential race. That is very interesting because he refused to do any debates against other Republicans, but now he's talking big and bad anytime, any place. We're going to dive into that, and there is a bill in Kentucky that you want to hear about that allows parents to receive child support during pregnancy. We're going to get into that and much more on the other.
What? I'll call pregnant women. I'm moving to Kentucky. No, I'm just playing.
You know your boy's still there.
Who?
Daniel Cameron.
Who? No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. Keep it locked right here. More Truth Be Told with DT&Telly after this.
It is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. The award-winning 101.7 The Truth proudly celebrates Women's History Month. Listen to one of our incredible Truth teammates highlight the remarkable achievements of Black women throughout history.
Hello, it is Cherie Harris, General Manager of the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I want to highlight Queen Latifah for the incredible impact she has made. Queen Latifah, born as Dana Elaine Owens from East Orange, New Jersey, is known for her versatile career as a rapper, singer, actress, and producer. Queen Latifah gained prominence in the late 80s and early 90s when she took the hip-hop world by storm, when she released her first album at just 19 years old with the classic lead single, All Hail the Queen. Queen Latifah will continue her dominance of hip-hop, earning her the reputation as being one of the first female rap artists to be known for her empowering lyrics. Queen Latifah's talent stretched beyond music, as she also made stardom known in Hollywood as an actress. In the 90s, she starred in classic Black TV show Living Single and became a mainstay in movies with a leading role in action film Set It Off. Queen Latifah has been recognized for the incredible talent that she is, as she has received various accolades, including Grammy Awards, Primetime Emmy Awards, Golden Globe Awards, and NAACP Awards, all accumulating in Queen Latifah becoming the first hip-hop artist to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2006. Undeniable talent in music, acting, and advocacy has transcended boundaries. To me, the Queen is a source of inspiration and empowerment. She embodies strength and grace, reminding me that success is achievable through determination and staying true to oneself.
Tune in to The Truth as we celebrate the greatness of Black women all month long. The celebration of women's history on The Truth is sponsored by the Milwaukee Police Department.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
The traffic and weather update on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is sponsored by the City of Milwaukee's Direct Connect MKE. Make connections and explore career opportunities by visiting directconnectmke.com. Looking pretty good across the area. Starting to tap on the brakes, though, on eastbound 94 between 92nd Street and 68th. Southbound 43, nice and quiet all the way down from Brown Deer Road to the Marquette. Northbound 4394, quick tap of the brakes right around Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Today, more clouds, but dry. A high of 44 at the lakefront, 48 inland. Tonight, cloudy, isolated showers later on, a low of 38. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
It is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When they say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you right. Body rude is unpolite. Done be in the humble type. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm trying to go up tonight. Playing hoochies left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it right. Top of the memories I've ever made in my life. Permanent ecstasy. The ladies is pimps tonight.
I guess we got to do radio, DT. We having these conversations that are boiling over into the time. But before we get back to what we were talking about, Truth Nation joined the Truth team on Saturday, April 13th, for our third annual Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. We want you to go to truthcommunitycleanup.com to sign in to be a volunteer to help keep Milwaukee clean. Everyone who joins gets a free lunch provided by Cousin Subs. Register today at truthcommunitycleanup.com. That is truthcommunitycleanup.com to clean and beautify our city together. The Truth Community Cleanup is sponsored by Cousin Subs. That's always a good one. Shout out to our brother Tory Lowe and in his efforts along with Cousin Subs to beautify our great city of Milwaukee. Now, Trump wants to talk, DT. All this time, they've been asking him to debate, and the other Republican nominees or candidates or whatever they are called, all were trying to get him to talk. And not only would he not debate them, he would schedule something on the same night as these debates on another network. But now he's talking bad. Now he's saying anytime, anywhere. And this is Karine Pierre that we have the sound from. So this is sound detailing the challenge that Donald Trump has made to Joe Biden to debate him after Nikki Haley drops out of the presidential race.
Is President Biden going to commit to a debate with Donald Trump?
That's something for the campaign to speak to.
Well, we know when the debates are going to be. We know where they're going to be. Is he going to go?
You should speak to the campaign.
In 2020, once it got down to one-on-one, Joe Biden said, I can hardly wait to debate him. How about now?
I'm going to sound like a broken record. You should reach out to the campaign.
Why is this a campaign?
See, this is the kind of leadership. Now, what's the most important component in any relationship? Communication.
Communication.
So you want me to vote for President Trump because it's crunch time now.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, when I ask you a simple, that is the most simple question. That is not complicated. It doesn't
Just say
compromise
yes.
the security of our country. It
At
doesn't
all.
compromise the campaign. It was a simple, will someone who is running to lead this country, will they give us access so that we can understand further what they're going to bring? And what was her answer?
You have to talk to his campaign.
They better be glad I went in that room. Because what was that obnoxious senator during President Obama's State of the Union address? And he goes, liar. I straight would have did that. Liar. You suck. Why do you even have this job?
Do you remember when that dude threw that shoe at Bush?
That's not funny. Why you make that's not funny?
That was funny.
No, look, it wasn't funny. No, it wasn't. Next topic.
But I love the fact that he ducked. He got out of the way.
I was like, have you had shoes thrown at you? Because I'm telling you, I was like, does Laura throw shoes at you? Because, I mean, he was ready.
Because he was ready.
I was like, oh, he's been here before. Because I don't know about y'all.
I would have been stuck.
I was going to say, if somebody throws a shoe at me, they're going to win.
Yeah.
Because I don't get shot. I mean, he was like, boom, boom.
It's going to be so unexpected. You're going to freeze because you're going to be thinking the whole time when the shoe was coming, did he just take his shoe off and throw it at me? Boop.
He was like, man, he was quicker than Laura.
So Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. What are your thoughts about now that it's down to presumably 2 candidates to become our next president? Now the former president all of a sudden wants to debate, and Joe Biden, well, we'll have to ask his campaign team if he's still down. In 2020, he was down, but in 2024, I really wonder, because you know how the game is played. Like, Republicans and Democrats aren't on opposite teams. It's one on offense, one is on defense, but they're on the same team. And
you think so?
Oh, absolutely.
When you say same team, what do you mean?
When the doors are closed, I truly believe that they want some of the same things, but they just want it done their way.
I agree to a certain extent. My thing is, it took 9/11 for this country's government to publicly demonstrate bipartisanship. That was the last time I feel that Americans really felt bipartisanship.
Kind of came together, yeah.
But it was based on a tragedy.
That is very true.
And, like during this most recent government shutdown, we almost got there. You saw the speaker. Who was his name? McCarthy? What was the one that just resigned before the one we have now? Mike Johnson?
Yeah, before Mike Johnson. Shoot. And the one, they ran him out. He was forced to resign. What was his name? White-haired guy.
It was something McCarthy. Okay. Now, on the Truth Talking text line, DeAngel, you sent this text yesterday, so obviously you want us to read it, so I'm going to read it. And thank you for listening. We appreciate you. It says, I'm not a Dem or he literally copied and pasted this because I remember he sent this yesterday. We just didn't get a chance to get to it. DeAngel's advocate on the Truth Talking text line says, I'm not a Dem or a Republican, or I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm very independent. I just listened to the entire 71 minutes of Donald Trump's January 6th speech. Honestly, without being hyperbolic, please tell everyone what exactly Trump said verbatim to incite a riot. Please play that sound clip. Okay, DeAngel, here's the thing, brother or sister, or however you identify yourself. If you want us to play a certain sound clip, you should probably send it. And number two, we don't have, unfortunately, enough time to play the whole 71 minutes. So why don't you just call in and let us know what exactly was said or what wasn't said to make Americans feel that he incited the riot. How about that, DeAngel? Now, if I do all the things that you asked me to do, I'm going to send you an invoice. Pick one. It's up to you because I'm commerce driven. You're giving me a lot of homework. So if you want me to do this, I'll do it because I appreciate you listening, but it's outside the scope of my role here. So I will send you an invoice. Pick one. Let me know. Otherwise, call in 833-212-1017.
DT, 71 minutes is not going to change what we witnessed, what we all witnessed. And if there was nothing that he did to incite this insurrection, it wasn't a riot, it was an insurrection. Why is he on trial? Why if you didn't do anything wrong, let's disregard the fact. Let's disregard the fact he says, I'll walk with you. I'll go with you.
Listen,
to go do what?
I'm all for what DeAngel is saying in terms of so here's the thing I do appreciate about what DeAngel said, because I'm big on this too. He listened to the entire 71 minutes. So based on that, he has a position of knowledge. And so I'm like, DeAngel, because you're coming, this is what's wrong with difference. Because of your position, you're like, you go listen and you tell me. And I'm like, bro, no, you tell me. You don't want to listen to the entire 71 minutes.
You trying to convince me of what I didn't hear or see.
You gonna give me homework? I'm 47. Homework is over for me. So, DeAngel, now that you have this breadth of knowledge based on listening to President Trump's speech, just call us right now and give us the cliff notes. Give us like the takeaways on why you feel that
he did not incite it.
Educate us,
yes,
brother.
Yes.
You got the keys. You got the knowledge.
We all ears. Core hit us up on the True Talk to Text line and says they can't keep hiding weekend at Bernie's. Trump is going to put that old bag of bones over his knee and spank his bottom tomato red. Thank you for that, Core.
LT says he is full of crap. He will come up with some ridiculous stipulations that will give him a way to back out of the debate. Reason being, he doesn't have any policies. All he has is name calling and talking about himself.
Now, we got more than 71 minutes of audio of him doing that.
I want to highlight and underscore. And that's the thing. If you're a Trump supporter,
be a Trump supporter. That's fine.
That's the power. That's one of the privileges of being an American. However, when you say things like, I listened to, like, educate us. If you're supporting Trump, then advocate for him and give me some facts. Because one thing we try to do here on The Truth, and we may not always be perfect, on both sides, even on the independent side, we talked about RFK Jr. the other day. Mm-hmm. We're going to give you as much as we know about everybody.
Yeah.
And your voice is valuable.
Yeah.
So you're texting. How you going to text somebody and give them homework? I'm still processing that. All right.
And on top of that, DT, it's funny how someone will say, oh, that old bag of bones. Last time I checked, Trump is 78, 77, 78, and Biden is 81. It's not like there is a huge age discrepancy.
Again, all I'm going to say is this. I'll put you this way, Telly. I don't love anyone or thing that can't love me back. I ain't in the business of being in a relationship with somebody who don't want to be in a relationship with me. So a lot of these people that are supporting almighty Trump, do you? I get it. But the question is, if he saw you on the street, would he just stop and say, hey, brother, or hey, human being, or hey, dear American citizen, how can I help you? Yeah. I honestly feel that President Obama was that kind of person. Like, roll up the sleeves. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I feel as though Joe Biden is slowly but surely getting there, but it's too late now because he's like 81. I feel like he's got the people around him, including the relationship that he has with President Barack Obama, where he's learned a lot on how to be relatable as a government official, as a leader. He is definitely, you can see a big jump. But here's the thing. I'm not going to reward somebody from going from an F to a C. Look, Mom, I didn't bring home all F's this grading period. I've got C's, but you're still a C.
But you're still a C.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to reward you for something that, like, oh, my baby daddy, which is a great segue into this next topic.
Yes.
My baby daddy, he's a good man. Well, what do you base that on? He paid child support. What?
Right.
That's what he's supposed to.
Yeah.
And matter of fact,
if he's not around,
matter of fact, outside of maybe some other politically, so you had to go to court to make him pay. That's what do you call it? Integrity?
Yeah. So yes. And speaking of child support, you are so right, DT. That leads us right into our next topic. We'll get into on the other side of the break. Kentucky passes a bill to allow parents to receive child support during pregnancy. And I got to admit, when I first heard and read that headline, I said, there's got to be more to that because, man, like the baby is not even here and you already declaring that you're not going to be in the child's life. That's a whole nother topic, but we're going to dive into it. Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. You can always stream and watch us live on YouTube and X at 101.7 The Truth and 101.7thetruth.com. Keep it locked right here. Truth Be Told with DT&Telly coming back after this.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT&Telly will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, join the Truth Team on Saturday, April 13th for our third annual Tory Low Community Cleanup. We want you to go to truth truthcommunitycleanup.com to sign up and be a volunteer to help keep Milwaukee clean. Everyone who joins will get a free lunch provided by Cousin Subs. Register today at truthcommunitycleanup.com. That is truthcommunitycleanup.com to clean and beautify our city together. The Truth Community Cleanup is sponsored by Cousin Subs.
She's been called a vocal force to be reckoned with, and now you can experience the artistry of Shayna Steele live and in person when she joins the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra for Nothing But the Blues, March 15th through the 17th at the Bradley Symphony Center. Call 414-291-7605 for tickets or visit mso.org. Shayna Steele will take you on a musical odyssey with popular tunes that helped establish great artists such as Bessie Smith, Billie Holiday, and Louis Armstrong, as well as the blues genre itself. From the St. Louis Blues to House of the Rising Sun and Baby Won't You Please Come Home, you'll be swinging and swaying in your seat. So come and bask in the vocal glory of Shayna Steele with the MSO in Nothing But the Blues, March 15th through the 17th only. Visit mso.org for tickets or call 414-291-7605.
Behind every minority and woman-owned business is a dream. Sometimes growing that dream takes extra funding. The Associated Bank Community Uplift Loan is here to turn your business dreams into reality. Apply online and get up to $50,000 in as little as one business day. With competitive rates and more accessible credit score requirements, we're making it easier than ever to fuel your company's growth. Let us uplift your business with the support it deserves. Visit associatedbank.com/uplift to learn more. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Damage caused by tornadoes is devastating and traumatic. After these storms, dishonest contractors show up, hoping to make a quick buck from your insurance claim. They'll promise anything if they can get you to sign a contract, collect your payment in advance, and ultimately do no work at all. Avoid being the victim of contractor fraud. Get estimates from at least 3 contractors. Check references, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it.
To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TELL-NICB. This is a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
It is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Baby mama, I'm tired of you. I'm to the point where I won't fire you. You play the games that a child do when you need to do the things that a mama do. Baby mama, you're stressing me, girl.
The Black-owned business Give Back is back. We have again teamed up with Associated Bank to help local black businesses grow and succeed together. The home of Milwaukee Black Talk will be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter of 2024. To sign up for this incredible marketing opportunity, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com, Associated Bank member FDIC.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Women's History Month. Tune in all March as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of women throughout history. Follow The Truth on Facebook and Instagram as our very own Carrie Noni will interview history makers and share inspiring stories of the excellence of black women. 1017 The Truth celebration of Women's History Month is sponsored by the Milwaukee Police Department. Speaking of great women, coming at the top of the hour, we have 2 very, very special guests from a very significant, how should I say this, organization. I don't want to give too much. That are going to be hosting a public event in celebration of International Community Women's Day. So you want to stay tuned because all the young black girls, see, that's the thing, y'all. Thank God DT is here because I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't just one person that knows about politics and history. Black women, we know about it. We do it. Shout out to Lena Taylor. Shout out to Malele Cogs. Shout out to all the local Black. I'm going to keep going. Keep going. Mm-hmm. Don't believe the hype. Don't think just because one man who has a show that talks about politics, nobody else knows about it. Black women, keep listening to your girl DT, because I studied history and I studied politics. And we in here, Black women, we running things. So stay tuned. We got more to come. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Oh, we have more time? Okay, well, let me keep talking on my soapbox. In all seriousness, we teased the story, or not the story. Actually, it is very comical.
Yeah.
So in the state of Kentucky, y'all check this out. The Kentucky Senate passes a bill to allow parents to collect child support during pregnancy. And now the bill is heading to the House of Representatives for consideration. So the Senate has already passed it. It's now going into the House of Representatives. Now, Telly, before break, said, I wonder what's going on? Like, why is this all of a sudden happening in the state of Kentucky? I'm so glad you asked that question, Telly. According to the United States Census Bureau, as of 2020, which is the last time that we did a census count, the population of white people, percentage-wise, in the state of Kentucky is 86.9%.
Mm-hmm.
The population of Black or African-American people, American Indian and Alaska Native people, and Asian alone people combined is a little over 10%. Now, the Supreme Court
it's all right there.
has reversed Roe versus Wade, because we all know the truth is that not enough white women were having babies.
We need more white babies.
We need more white people. Therefore, we need more white babies. So therefore, we're going to overturn this whole Roe versus Wade reproductive rights. And now, since we have you where we want you, we'll make sure you have child support during pregnancy. Because the majority of the people that are going to be benefiting from this are who? White women.
Exactly. And I was reading a quote.
Well, there's your answer, Tellez.
Yes. And and the amazing thing about it, we all have access to get these type of answers to the questions that we have, because all the information is right there. It's just a matter of if we want to acknowledge it and respond to it. There's a quote. I'm going to figure out who said this, but in regards to, they just have Westerfield said, but and I'll figure it out. But in this, the quote is, "I believe that life begins at conception. But even if you don't, there's not question that there are obligations and costs involved with having children before that child is born."
I know we got to go to break. So when we go to break, I'm going to respond to that.
Yes. Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. Let us know your thoughts about this Kentucky bill. Well, they passed a bill to allow parents to receive child support during pregnancy. We're going to get into that, and when we return, we'll have our special interview. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you keep it locked right here on Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. More after this.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or a warm meal to eat, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. But the good news is there's an organization making a big difference. Covenant House.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and the tools they need to succeed in life.
I have no words to express how Covenant House changed my life. They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, and love, most of all love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges, and their lives are transformed.
Covenant House is changing the lives of young people in cities across America.
To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. It is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the second hour of Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. If you're just joining us, thanks for joining us. Before the break, we were talking about a bill that was passed in Kentucky that allows women to get child support during pregnancy. And Denise had she wanted to take the break to give her response to it. And Truth Nation, we want to hear from you, 833-212-1017. Denise, your reaction.
This country, and it's going to start with those states that people don't really care about that much. And I'm just being blunt. Like you don't hear a lot of people wake up and say, "Man, I think I'm going to go take a visit to Kentucky." And shout out to Kentucky, because that's my dad's home state, and I'm from Southern Indiana, which borders. So I was raised in Kentucky. This is a clear message. Again, as I've said before, they have replaced white-only signs with legislation. 86.9% of the white population, or is the white population in the state of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
They have reversed reproductive rights in that state. Okay, no more abortions. Got to have babies, white women.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have babies. And because we are making you do this, and I'm literally making you, we'll give you a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make sure that for whatever reasons, because we're making you have these babies, if you just happen to not be in a committed relationship with the baby daddy,
we gonna make sure
you still have what you need, because we need more white babies. Wow. We need more white people.
And what was the first thing that I said when I saw that article, DT? I said, why do they have to have a black woman that's pregnant?
Let me look at the picture.
Yeah.
She don't look black to me.
Yeah, she don't look black to you?
Let me say it this way. She looks like, from my lens, she looks like
she has a darker skin tone.
Because I'm looking at the hair also.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe, my first impression was that she may have been a woman of Latin descent or Mediterranean. She got very olive skin and very straight hair.
And what was those numbers again? How many black people are in Kentucky?
2. 2.
So it is.
We all know where the black folks are in Kentucky.
Yes.
It's either Lexington, where the university is, or Louisville.
Oh, Louisville.
Period.
You're right.
Now, there's, like I said, there's smaller towns. Like my father is from Henderson, Kentucky.
I don't know. Is that near Frankfurt?
That's near Evansville.
Oh, okay.
You could get to Nashville within probably an hour and a half from Henderson.
Nice. Well, let's go to the Truth Talk line. Winky Blue, you are on Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to both of y'all. Hey, listen, when you talk about abortion, and I was just listening to what you guys were talking about, and we were talking about, and I heard you saying white people have more babies Well, listen, we gotta be really careful how we handle that, because our population, blacks, our population is actually dwindling, and we're sitting at a 14%, and that's been there for a long time. When other groups are going right ahead, and I'm not going to say it's just due to solely abortion, okay, but we the ones need to be having more babies, because the people that come into this country, they don't breed with us, including the Africans or the Haitians that come into this community. They don't, now, and the Arabs, they don't breed with us. We pretty much left alone. We pretty much the solo people, and so when I see about us, our numbers dwindling, and these other people that are coming into this country that are melting us out, and they're not coming here saying that it's a melting pot, brother. Coming to enjoy the melting pot, because they come in with their flag. See, if they came in and wrapped themselves in the old American flag, and it's got all kind of clauses, skeletons in that. But if they clothe themselves in that, it's a different thing. But these people come in carrying their own flags, man. So abortion, I try to discourage it as much as I can, because for my people, you understand. And I don't care what other folk do, but I'm talking about black folk. Only up until about 73, 74, we even embraced that mess. Jesse Jackson came in when they changed the word from abortion to a woman's right to choose. And when a woman's right to choose came in, guess what? It became a fight, a battle. And let me get out of here. I talk too much already, okay?
It's okay, Winky Blue. They say the same thing about me, but we appreciate... I understand being in the club of you talk too much. I'm with you, Winky Blue. But you know what? We still here. No, thank you for your perspective. On the Truth Talking text line, the caller says there's no way to prove who the father is before. Well, no, actually, the caller presents us in the form of the question. No way to prove who the father is before birth? Dudes in Kentucky going to be calling Maury Povich as soon as they hear a woman say she's pregnant, LOL. Well, to answer your question, yes. Prenatal DNA testing makes it possible to confirm paternity as early as 7 weeks into the pregnancy. So see, the Kentucky state legislation, they already knew this. This is all part of the long-term plan to increase the white population.
Right.
So they were like, okay, and quite frankly, the caller, it's a very non-invasive method. And it produces highly accurate results. It's no risk to the health of the unborn child, at least based on what I'm getting from the ARC Point Labs website. That's the source that I'm looking at.
Yeah. Well, it'll be good to hear from a female. Erica, you are on Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I would love to know what the statistic is on how many of the abortions are black versus white. And the reason I ask that, because here in Milwaukee, the majority of abortions are black. I used to work at Ascension, St. Joe's, and in women's health care. And I worked closely with doctors and nurses, and the stories I heard were not fun to hear. I even heard one where a young black couple decided on abortion because the gender was not ideal for their plans. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. For me personally, I've listened to your radio station for a long time. I want to be the voice of, hey, let's put some data out there. And I think before we say, oh, well, white people just want to procreate and, put black people, whatever, in the grave or whatever, I just want to stand up and say, hey, this is the data, Do white people have abortions? You absolutely. But I think we also have to, again, understand the data. And this could go on and on. Same thing with absolute disgusting police officers across the United States, but there's 700,000 of them. What percent has beat up a black person to the point of death? Very few, right? And yet, the Black Lives Matter started. Listen, I am pro-black. I've been in social justice my whole life, serving every single, type of person. And I don't know. I just want to make sure that the facts are out there.
Well, Erica, thank you so much for calling. And I'd just like to ask you to consider redirecting your attention because, first of all, number one, I don't know, Telly, if you said this, but I never said white people want to put black people in the grave. That never came out of my mouth. And also, Erica, when you're listening and you're engaging these types of conversations, understand this. The focal point in this type of legislation is not about the number of black people having abortions. It is all about the number of abortions that white women are having. So whether it's in Milwaukee or whether it's in the entire state of Kentucky, whether 100,000 women that are black are having abortions, for a number of these legislators, and Erica, just so you know, I thrive off of data. So I'm going to make sure just for you during the break, I'm going to pull up some answers. But let me just say this to you. I don't need data as a black person to understand the intentions and the agenda. Let me be clear with you. So, Erica, if you're someone who is data driven, I appreciate that. But as part of being a black person, see, this is and please don't interrupt me, Ben, with the break, because I got to say this. When a black person says, I am constantly experiencing discrimination, I am constantly seeing headlines where, look, keep having abortions, black people, because we're going to make sure that we reverse. It doesn't take data, Erica, when the headline says we are reversing the reproductive rights of women, in particular in states where the majority of the residents are white. And when black people come to you and tell you things about their experience with discrimination and the response is, I need data, I need data. How dare you? How dare you? You never have known. And then when you say, well, in the Black Lives Matter movement, and then to insinuate that we want to put black people in the grave, I never said that. Actually, Erica, if you want me to go there, this has nothing to do with black people.
Absolutely
Keep
not.
having abortions.
Yeah.
We're not even. This is nothing to do with black people. This is all about supporting. So let's do the math. Since we're having a data-driven conversation, which again, I think that's very dismissive when we are on a Black Talk radio show talking about black issues and talking about blatant decisions that remind us that white women continue to be protected. So if I said to you, Erica, and hear me out, every time I've worked in predominantly white environments and I've had an issue or I've had someone discriminate against me or someone question my intelligence, if I respond with passion, oh, you're angry. You're an angry black woman, or you're stirring up trouble. But then when my white female counterpart has an issue and starts crying, the whole office shuts down. I got to give you data to validate that? My feelings do not require data.
Yeah.
My feelings are my feelings. And when I, as a human being, Erica, because you claim that you're a human being and you support all people, I don't need to give you data to let you know that this story is reminding me how white women are protected and black women are not. That's my data for you.
Yeah.
My feelings don't require data. And until you've walked in the shoes of being a black woman, don't counter my feelings of discrimination with, and white people, some of y'all do this all the time. You have no idea, Erica. I don't care if you marched with King. I don't care if you voted for Barack Obama. I don't care if Michael Jordan is your favorite basketball player. Until you have walked the shoes day to day of being a black woman in this country, do not counter my feelings with, well, where's the data? Because you have access to the data just as much as I do. It's called Google, it's called Wikipedia, and it's also called the Dewey Decimal System for those that are old school. But what you won't do on this black radio show is that when I tell you how I'm feeling about things, if you truly want to understand on how to be a part of the solution, say things like that must be really hard. How can I support you versus I want the data because you just said that we're trying to put black people in the grave. That never came out of my mouth. So while you're concerned about data, make sure that when you quote me 100%. Have a great day.
Well, boy, and the True Talker text line, I am so glad, Ben, that we did not have to go to break because it is lighting up. Mercedes says, come on, DT. Christina says, thank you, DT, for getting Erica straight. And
it kills me every time a black woman expresses frustration. It is not take a rocket science.
Yeah.
86% of the population in Kentucky are white. Now, out of all the years that abortion was legal, now all of a sudden you've taken that away from women.
But now you're protecting a certain demographic. But now I got to give you data? Again, quit giving black people homework when we tell you how we feel. Be a part of the solution.
And also on top of that, let's not discount the fact that there are so many projections that white people will be the minority by the year 2030. And so let's not act like that doesn't exist, because that does exist.
I'm so sorry because I've been quiet this week, but y'all done got me started now. So even when she said something about black police officers or police officers, it doesn't matter, Erica, if it's 1 or 2 or 5,000.
Who deserves to get beat to death?
Let me finish up. She needs to hear this.
Yes.
I am a mother of a black son, Erica, who looks just like George Floyd. You will never know what it feels like to wake up in the morning and pray that your son comes home simply because of the color of his skin and the texture of his hair. And for you, as a quote-unquote human being, when I am telling you how I feel about my experience as a black woman, for you to say, where's the data? That's how you support as a human? I would never walk up to a black mama who just lost her son and say, well, it was just your son. If you look at the whole data, that's how you would adjust, or excuse me, that's how you would address my feelings. Yeah. See, this is why y'all, when people say black women are so angry, because day after day after day after day, this is the kind of conversation I have to have with people who don't look like me that claim they want to support me.
Well, Chucky wants to support you, DT. He says, wow, DT, you are awesome. LMAO. And keep them coming in, Truth Nation. 833-212-1017. Y'all done got her started.
Man, I'm already not on the, and Telly will tell you, this has been a week for me.
Yes. So,
this is what's crazy. This is Women's History Month.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it on a public airwave.
Hey.
Come on, Erica.
Hey, well, there it is. When we return, we'll have more conversation on the other side of the break. You're listening to Truth Be Told with DT&Telly.
More of Truth Be Told with DT&Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Behind every minority and woman-owned business is a dream. Sometimes growing that dream takes extra funding. The Associated Bank Community Uplift Loan is here to turn your business dreams into reality. Apply online and get up to $50,000 in as little as one business day. With competitive rates and more accessible credit score requirements, we're making it easier than ever to fuel your company's growth. Let us uplift your business with the support it deserves. Visit associatedbank.com/uplift to learn more. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
My name is Lieutenant Finkley, and I am more than an officer. Working with the youth as a juvenile corrections officer, I saw the impact I was able to have on kids. So after some reflection, I decided to become a Milwaukee police officer. I had already served the country as a veteran, and this was my opportunity to serve humanity. And now I am more than an officer, and you can be too. Come join the Milwaukee Police Department by applying. Go online and search Milwaukee Police Department careers.
Are you ready to embark on a journey towards mental and physical well-being? Dive into the therapeutic world of movement and music with Marina Miranda Creative. Their skate lessons and dance classes help you embrace the power of positivity. Along with their clothing line, Be Sad, Keep Going, which includes hats and t-shirts and serves as a reminder to persevere through life's challenges. Whether it's grief, depression, or anxiety, Marina Miranda is here for you. Join the Be Sad, Keep Going movement at marinamirandaCreative.com. Your journey to healing starts now.
Donors choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
Did you know that every year, public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money for student supplies? Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. And that's just not right. At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your help. Here's what you can do. Go to DonorsChoose.org and choose from teachers' requests that support reading, math, science, history, and more. Once a request is funded, we'll take care of shipping everything directly to the teacher. It's that easy. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers and a report of how every dollar was spent. Teachers' needs have never been greater. Learn more at DonorsChoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Women's History Month. Listen to one of our incredible Truth teammates highlight the remarkable achievements of Black women throughout history.
Hey everybody, it's Melanie Ricks from the award-winning 1017 The Truth. For Women's History Month, I want to highlight Maya Angelou for the incredible impact that she had on society. Maya Angelou, of course, most famously known for her unique and pioneering autobiographical writing style. One of her most well-known publications, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, was written in 1969, and it's still relevant in the year 2024. Maya Angelou was an American author, poet, civil rights activist, and she rose to prominence with the writing of that incredible and historic piece. Miss Angelou was a storyteller. She was a truth teller. She was someone who was able to bring together different groups of people simply with written word. She was someone who spoke from experience and spoke from others' experience and made sure that all Americans knew the true Black experience, and she was never afraid to speak on it and to write on it from a place of sincerity, a place of hurt. To this day, Still I Rise is one of the greatest pieces of work that I have ever read. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still, I'll rise. Thank you, Maya Angelou, for all of your contributions. Your impact is truly everlasting.
Tune in to The Truth as we celebrate the greatness of Black women all month long. The celebration of women's history on The Truth is sponsored by the Milwaukee Police Department. All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place.
You know, I'm working in the morning and I was listening back on the Truth app.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth.
This is 1017 The Truth's Tori Lowe, and I am Milwaukee. The Tori Lowe Show has become a resource for the community. I enjoy having open, on-air discussions about what we can do to regroup, rethink the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child. This show is about that action, and I want all the smoke. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Bringing all the smoke to you.
I love what you're doing, and this radio station is just like what it's called. It's the truth.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth.
This is 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris, and I am Milwaukee. Truth in the Afternoon is a platform where you and I can share our love, our lives, and our journey together. That is why, as a fan, your perspective is key. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is 1017 The Truth's Tori Lowe, and I am Milwaukee. The Tori Lowe Show has become a resource for the community. I enjoy having open, on-air discussions about what we can do to regroup, rethink the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child. This show is about that action, and I want all the smoke. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
It is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm still a baby.
It is Thursday, March 7th, 8:24 a.m. Y'all, we have some, speaking of Women's History Month and International Women's Day, we've got some dynamic, and I just got a question, but before we get into that, I got to address Mike from Mill Road. How y'all look so good at 8 o'clock in the morning? Please, let the listeners know what, but before we get to y'all, because I want to make sure the listeners have all of the undivided attention on YouTube, because y'all are about to school us on a great event that's happening really quick. So y'all, we were talking about white fragility based on a new legislation that was passed by the state Senate in Kentucky. And we had a caller, and I'm assuming Erica is a woman. I don't ever want to. Okay. And she was saying, where's the data? After I expressed that this was obviously another exercise or demonstration of protecting white women in this country. And so I was like, look, in situations like this, why does it the counter of where's the data? It's just that's really hard, or why do you feel that way? So anywho, Mike from Mill Road, brother Mike, who doesn't know me. I love how when people, they hear or see you like 2 hours a day or listen to you, they just know you. So y'all know me. Vivian, we do. We go way back.
We do.
Mike from Mill Road says, all DT heard was white women talking and didn't hear anything else, shaking my head.
Oh.
Now, Vivian, you know me.
Correct.
Do I hate or dislike white women?
Absolutely not.
Do you know a number of my personal friends that are white women?
I see you traveling with them all the time.
Thank you. So, Mike, because as a black woman, when I am talking about something that absolutely is driven by racism, do not make the assumption that I don't like or care to engage with. First of all, I love Erica. I don't even have to know her to love her, because as a human being, I love Erica. Because I disagree with her, and I disagree with her in a passionate way, that's a trigger for you. So what I would ask you to do, Mike, is while you assessing my so-called issues with white women, you reflect and calibrate your issues with me or with black women. Have a great day. All right.
How did I get into that?
It's called advocacy. You were advocating. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure, because Mike seems to know me so well, just like people know Trump so well. Anywho, or Joe Biden. We have, good morning, Truth Nation. We have two incredible leaders live in the studio. Gina Green Harris, you're like an honorary member of the Truth Team.
All right now,
because you lead so many great initiatives that impact directly our community. And so for that, as part of Women's History Month, no, seriously, Gina, thank you.
Thank you.
Because you don't, that's one thing, we don't have to do what we do. You do it, and you do it with such grace, such eloquence, such style, such beauty, such commitment. So Gina Green Harris is the co-chair of the Physical and Mental Health Committee, Lord knows I need it, of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Also, and I always say this because it's the truth, I don't need to introduce her criteria, because as soon as I say her name, y'all gonna know who we got. But I'll do it for the purpose of formality. We have the beautiful, lovely community advocate, Milwaukee living legend, Vivian King, who is past president of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Good morning, Queens.
Good morning, Queen. And good morning, King.
Good morning. No, look, I know my spot. I've been around enough black women. I live with 3 black women, and I'm the only guy in the house all the time. So I know my spot, but thank you. Good morning.
Wise man. Now, these two ladies, as if they already are not busy and don't have 1,000 things to do.
Preach.
Right? are
especially
hosting,
during Women's History Month.
Man. As part of it, seriously, all the girl dads, all the young ladies, all the moms, just turn up the volume just a little bit, because we want y'all to lean in about this upcoming event as part of Intergenerational Community Women's Day. It's going to be presented by Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter. Ladies,
Yeah.
This sounds incredible. What is this event about? And how can I be down? Thank you, Mike from Mill Road. He says fair enough.
Oh, my goodness.
Good. Yes,
I wish
thanks,
these people
Mike.
would know when you come for the effective communication coach. I've been doing this since I was
You
3.
will effectively
There we
communicate
go.
back.
Come on, somebody.
That's right. We'll let you sit it straight.
Look, I ain't trying to challenge LeBron James because I know my role. Don't come for me.
Got to know your lane.
Got to know your lane. Yes, ladies.
You want to go ahead? Vivian,
No,
why
you.
don't I will talk about our local event, but Women's Day in itself and a piece about what Delta is.
Women's Day, we have been, like, I got here in 1995. I thought I was going to be in Milwaukee for 3 years, but here I am. And we've been doing Women's Day since I've been here. So, now I've been here, 29 years. And it basically is a time for women to come together, really talk about the issues that affect women, and really just fellowship. We do so much for our families, for the community, and so we need a day for us. And so this is really about us. And, whatever is on our minds, of course, we talk about health, we talk about all kinds of things. Yeah. And each year is different because, each committee is different and puts their own tweak. And this year's is just going to be great because we've never had an intergenerational Women's Day. And so I love that Gina and her co-chair, Joni Williams, came up with that.
Yep. And so I'll talk a little bit. Thank you so much. And so, as you know, Vivian Extraordinaire has been in the Milwaukee Alumni chapter longer than I have and has more history around the Women's Day program. So that's why I wanted you to kick us off. And as a past president, knowing all that good buddy stuff. But we really, for 2024, we recognize as Black women in particular, we've been going through so much, right? And we also have been talking about the fact that as we're growing together as community, it's time to get back, one, the face of community involved with civic organizations is really critical. And we recognize that as Black women, and we've talked about this, we talk in silos. And we know that our young girls need to understand the journey to womanhood. And we know our older, more seasoned women need to hear the voice of our younger sisters, helping us understand how they're having to deal with the struggles of life. And so bringing this intergenerational conversation around fun things. So we're talking about, we're going to do like a paint and sip. Now, we are not having wine. So those of you who are worried about having wine in the church, don't worry. It's not fermented. It ain't that type of sipping. I knew you was going to say that, but in the Black church, it ain't fermented. We ain't Catholic this city. Right. But we will have a sip and paint. It's called Art and Soul. And we're going to be having conversation while we're doing it. So we can have these authentic, intergenerational conversations while we're just enjoying each other's company. We're going to be doing hand massages together, touching, the spirit of touch, and conversate. We want women and girls to come together for the purpose of sharing and caring and really into understanding each other better. I need to be talking to my younger daughter about how to understand financial wealth now, not when she's 16, not when she's 25. We need to be talking about that now because it is impacting them now. So we're excited about all this stuff.
Yes, and Denise, I know you have plenty to ask. I just want to throw this in here and just ask the question: how did this come about? This idea, because you hear a lot about fatherhood initiatives and a lot of things for males to do to try to pass along, if it's knowledge, if it's just learning how to become a man. How did this come about, and how long did it take for this to come to fruition, having this intergenerational conference, you could say, to help younger women and make that adjustment to adulthood?
Absolutely. So as Vivian said, Women's Day is actually part of our sorority, and it has been something that has been initiated as part of the sorority. How this came is we have a committee, and every year, as Vivian said, each committee looks different. But we all, when we were thinking about, well, what will we do for Women's Day? Mental health came up, and it came up across the board. Financial literacy came up across the board. Effective communication across the board. It's like really all of these topics that we were discussing folks were like, well, yeah, but I've got younger folks who need to understand this, right? It was really the conversation organically exposed that it's not about just bringing college-educated women together. Mm-hmm. It's not just about bringing older women together. And it's not about just, it was really important to be fully inclusive of everyone. And that's really how all this happened. Mm-hmm. So when we first started back in September, you asked how long, it was like we were thinking and it was boiling and we were like, yes, let's do this. Yeah. Let's awesome. try our best to pull this off.
I think it's awesome.
Thank you so much. And we're excited about the community being involved, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so many times we get in our cliques and we bring ourselves, but we want the community. We're asking community to please join us on Saturday and March 16th. Bring your daughters, bring your nieces, bring your little girls off the street. Remember when we used to be, everybody was community?
Hey,
come on in.
Ride down here.
This car. But I was just get in this car.
That's right. You coming? Oh, you going? Right.
Yeah. We'll feed you. Come on in. Well, you should have led with that.
Yeah, we got food. You know, we got food. Right? We got food. But I will say one other thing that I really want to get out. We will be hosting a community talkback session over lunch. We really want to ask the community, what is it that Delta Sigma Theta Milwaukee alumni can do to work with community and authenticity? What are the empowerment issues? You know, one of the big things about our sorority is women and girl empowerment. How can we help build that empowerment? Who do we need to be working with? Who do we need to be partnering with? And how do we make this happen? So that's going to be a community dialogue over the lunch. And then we're going to have line dancing. I mean, it's a total, this day is designed to not only bring education, but bring fun. So we got some hot topics, as Vivian mentioned. We're going to be talking about human trafficking. We're going to be talking about women in our bodies. We're going to be talking about the whole issue of the birthing challenges that we have. So it's going to be really power-packed. 9 and above, 9 and over, 9 and over.
And you know, women in our bodies is really important because I have a friend who, when she was going through menopause, she was like, my mom never talked to me about what to expect with menopause. And so I think we just go through life, things are happening, and we're not necessarily talking about that. I know some other people talk about it, but like our culture, we haven't really talked about that. That's kind of private stuff, and you know, that's happening to me. But we need to share those things so that we can bring our girls up so they know what to expect. And if who should they learn it from but us?
You know, I love this so much because it's like going to a super center where you're getting everything under one roof. Mm-hmm. And Gina, you brought this up earlier in terms of what the experience will entail. And I thought I've got to underscore that because I go through that as well. And just the experience of intimate touch in a sisterly way, like, I love you. Mm-hmm. Let me, you know, give you a massage, or just the power of the touch. Mm-hmm. Is something that for many, and I can, as a Black woman, it is something that we've associated with from a maternal standpoint. Mm-hmm. But as adults, especially, you know, just navigating through this thing called life, to know that I can go to an event and have healthy dialogue and be heard, and also experience that hug or that I love you, sister. I don't even have to know you.
Right.
We need that. And same thing, you know, and I know we're not talking about, you know, Black boys, but I love how you said a lot of the things that, Vivian, you just talked about this, that we may not have experienced as children, as part of our upbringing. It doesn't necessarily mean that our parents didn't love us, but a lot of it came from culture. You know what you know, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So now that we have these types of platforms where we'll know.
Absolutely.
Let's take advantage of that, because I love the fact that every aspect of my existence and well-being will be a part of this agenda.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love, and thank y'all for that, because somebody out there right now witnesses violence more so than they should.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, don't get that, come here.
Right.
A hug.
Exactly.
A genuine hug, and just, you know, because, you know, your heart, that's a whole other conversation, but the neurology that connects to our psychology
Mm-hmm.
and our physical health, they're all intertwined. So when you hug somebody that traditionally doesn't get hugged, or you're beautiful, I love you, or that's powerful.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to follow up on that. Don't look at me. But I do, again, I think this is such an awesome thing because, Vivian, you really hit something that resonate just with me, and it's about our Black community. There's a lot of times we go through life and we don't pass down the most important information.
Mm-hmm.
We may pass down who your second cousin might be or something like that, but the importance of making sure you get a colonoscopy at a certain age, making sure that you're not ignoring things that are going on with you and thinking, oh, it's normal. My daddy had bad feet, or I got gout, my daddy had gout. No, it's not that simple. And I think about even just from not just physical things, but from a mental health standpoint of if you've never gone through menopause before, you don't know how it is. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what to prepare for. But if you do have someone that has gone through it or is currently going through it and can say, hey, expect this, expect that, then it helps prepare you more. So I think this is such a great, great thing that you all are putting together. It's called Intergenerational Community Women's Day, and it will take place on... What is this? Oh, it's
Saturday,
this Saturday. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, March 16th, 2024. The program is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure that you go and check it out, and registration will begin at 8:30. Ladies, is there anything else that you would want people to know about this event and encourage more to come out this next Saturday?
I want to let Denise know that
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is her favorite price.
Hey, boy, you know me, baby. Ain't that like $3.99? Let's go.
And that comes with a continental breakfast and lunch will be served, right?
Yes.
And we will be doing a cooking demonstration. Dr. Yvonne Greer. We're trying to really put it all in there for folk. But yeah,
Look, you distinguished leaders. Y'all are so focused on the experience. You got to leave with the food. You got to leave with
the food. Oh, right. The food.
Common folks like
It's
me.
free food?
Yeah. You distinguish, sophisticated Black women. And we're going to have a conversation. And look, leave with the food. We feed y'all.
And then it's like, huh?
Right.
Yeah, your ears and your stomach is open.
Varsity Blood Center was here last week, and they were talking about gift cards. And I was like, lead with that. For every donation you will get.
Amen to that. And I know we've got a website. Maybe you want to give our website?
Yes, please do.
Oh, yeah. So you can register. Well, our registration is on our website. So dstmilwaukee.org is our website.
dstmilwaukee.org. Okay.
There it is, Truth Nation.
S is in Sam.
Yes.
Yes. There it is, Truth Nation. Gina Green Harris, co-chair of the Physical and Mental Health Committee of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and Vivian King. We all know who Vivian King is, but she's also the past president of the Milwaukee Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Thank you for letting us know. I think it's going to be an awesome event.
Yes.
And we would definitely like to get the post game results of this. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be successful, but we want to know. I was going to say we want to know how successful it was, because we know it's going to be extraordinarily successful again.
Oh, wait a minute. We gotta. There's something about Vivian on the Truth Talking text
Okay,
line.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
one of our listeners says, 15 years ago, a much younger me had started a struggling cookie company and was trying to get into major grocery stores in the area. It's always been super hard, especially for minorities. I don't like that word. But a kind soul took the time and effort to get me into Metro Market, which was owned by Roundy's. And that woman was Vivian King. A thousand blessings to her. And I still have the entrepreneurial spirit today. Thank you again and again. That was LT.
Thank you.
Wow.
Now that's what we should be talking about.
Yeah.
Right. That's what's up.
Man,
But those are the things that we are promoting to highlight during Women's History Month, because there are women like Vivian King who would have never come in and said what she has done for not just LT, but so many other people. It should be recognized and it should be celebrated, and not only just this month, but always. And thank you again. Thank you again for coming in.
Very much.
Yes. Keep it locked right here. We'll have more Truth Be Told with DT and Telly after this.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
The traffic and weather update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth is sponsored by the City of Milwaukee's Direct Connect MKE. Make connections and explore career opportunities by visiting directconnectmke.com. We do have some backups on eastbound 94, basically from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound is cleared up nicely. We're looking good between the Marquette and the Zoo. Northbound 4394, a little heavy right past Oklahoma Avenue, and the rest of the system is moving along great. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, more clouds but dry. A high of 44 at the lake, 48 inland. Tonight, cloudy with isolated showers later on, a low of 38. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. Fresh, Mr.
Good morning, good morning.
I mean, damn, did you even see
We just had two incredible women.
Rosie Perez and
Gina Harris, Vivian King.
Looking at every.
Thank y'all so much. The caller says, awesome queens, Vivian, Gina, and our Denise. That's sweet. Just all the way awesome. Now, let me just say this, Telly, and this is for Truth Nation as well. If you heard the exchange between Eric and I, it was a trigger for me because, again, oftentimes when people that have been traditionally underserved or discriminated against are willing to be transparent and share their experiences and feelings, and then when it's countered with, well, where's the data? It's somewhat dismissive, and it doesn't demonstrate, for me, empathy. It's a very lack of empathy. Now, in addition to that, I will say this. Humans process information 4 different ways. Some people process information based on data, which obviously may be something that's important or significant to Erica when having these types of conversations. And I mean, to not do any disservice to Erica, this wasn't a conversation. This was like her saying her feelings, and then, she was...
And it was a reaction, yes.
And I reacted.
Yes.
But I would love to have a conversation with Erica. But let me just say this. There's 4 ways that human beings process information. Data, moral, relatable, and emotional. And so, for example, if I'm trying to connect with you, Telly, I would probably really use words that are tied to moral obligation and with a sprinkle of data. Because you're a very doom, like just give it to me straight. But also, is this the right thing to do? You're a man of integrity. I may talk to somebody who they don't care about data. They just want to know, hey, how does this impact the community? How's this going to make the community feel? So always be cognizant that even though you may be data-driven, the person that is sharing how they feel may not be a data-driven person. So don't dismiss their experience with, well, where's the data? Now, being the professional leader that I am, shout out to Mercedes, because Erica, this is for you. This is the data. You ask, and I'm going to make an exception. Actually, this is a prime example of what not to do. Because for many Black women, we always have to compromise our feelings and put our feelings aside to appease the oppressor or the person who has no idea what you're feeling. And they do that to distract you from your feelings, which then makes you less human. But I'll play the game. Here's the data. According to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, and again, shout out to Mercedes for sending this, 52% of induced abortions reported. So, Erica, I want to underscore those words. Induced abortions reported for Wisconsin residents were obtained by white women, 35% by Black women, and 1% by American Indian women. 14% of abortions were obtained by Hispanic women of any race, while 85% were obtained by non-Hispanic women. Very similar to the percentages in the state of Kentucky. So again, going back to my original point, and I didn't have to have the data because I experienced it. Erica, all people, Mike Mill from Mill Road, I don't have to have data. I experience it every day. This country continues when a white woman has a problem, cries, goes missing. The response is immediate. I didn't write the rules. You think I wake up in the morning and say, yes, I want to be discriminated against? How would you feel? So I'm asking you, if you are not a Black woman, if you are not a Black woman, before you go into, well, where's the data and where, just put your empathy hat on.
Yeah.
Because you'll never be a Black woman. And if you had a choice, you probably wouldn't choose to be one.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back, we're going to get into our truth of the matter. 833-212-1017 is our truth and talk text line. We're going to get back into our truth of the matter when we come back. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Black women, let's keep supporting each other. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
The lives of almost all Americans have been affected by the Social Security Act since it was signed into law on August 14, 1935. For those unable to work due to health problems, there are two main types of disability benefits paid by the Social Security Administration: Social Security Disability Insurance, also called SSDI, and Supplemental Security Income, also known as SSI. I'm attorney Lauren Zwerlein from Tabak Law, and we offer free consultations to everyone. Call Tabak for the payback. TabakAttorneys.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hailstorms can cause widespread damage to one's home. After these storms, dishonest contractors show up, hoping to make a quick buck from your insurance claim. They'll promise anything if they can get you to sign a contract, collect your payment in advance, and ultimately do no work at all. Avoid being the victim of contractor fraud. Get estimates from at least 3 contractors. Check references, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it.
To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TELL-NICB. This is a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
More of Truth Be Told with DT&Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, I know what it is, Truth Nation. This is Truth Be Told with DT&Telly. Your boy Benjamin. And this is Truth of the Matter.
All right, Truth Nation, you heard it. It's time for Truth of the Matter. That's when we give our takeaways from the topics that we have discussed today, and what a great show it has been. DT is already bowed out. She said she gave her Truth of the Matter, and she has been giving it.
I just don't want to take over because, people say, Denise talks too much.
So,
it's called having a voice.
My Truth of the Matter is my truth of the matter is I'm switching it up on the fly because with Gina and Vivian in the studio, I think that is just such an impactful thing that they're doing on Saturday, March 16th from 9 to 4. The Intergenerational Community Day, Women's Community Day. And I think that it is so important for older people or people that have experienced things through life to pass that knowledge down. You don't go through things just for yourself. You go through things to help others go through some of the same things that they may go through. So I think this is such an important event. I think it is such a great event, and I know it's going to have resounding success from this event. So that is my Truth of the Matter, and we thank you for joining us today. We'll have more hot topics coming up tomorrow. Make sure you join us, same time, same place. Up next is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Peace out.
Truth Nation, join the Truth Team on Saturday, April 13th for our 3rd annual Tory Low Community Cleanup. We want you to go to truthcommunitycleanup.com to sign up and be a volunteer to help keep Milwaukee clean. Everyone who joins will get a free lunch provided by Cousin Subs. Register today at truthcommunitycleanup.com. That is truthcommunitycleanup.com to clean and beautify our city together.